It was 4:03 a.m. when my phone buzzed on the nightstand. Half asleep, I reached over and squinted at the glowing screen. I made a mistake. Please don't hate me. That was it. No hey. No punctuation, no explanation. Just those 7 words that sliced through the fog of sleep like a knife. At first I thought I was dreaming, or that maybe she'd sent it to the wrong person. But then the dread hit me, heavy and cold, pooling in my stomach as I sat up in bed. My wife, Emma, wasn't home. She'd said she was staying at her friend Jess's place for a girls' night. It wasn't unusual. They'd been close since college. I trusted her. At least I thought I did. The text burned on my screen, the dots of a follow-up message flickering, then vanishing. I stared at the phone for a full minute before typing back. What do you mean? No reply. Instead I heard something outside, faint at first, then louder. Car engine idling, then tires screeching away, and then pounding on the front door. Froze. Liam. Her voice, shrill, desperate. Liam, open the door, please. I stumbled out of bed and flipped on the hallway light. My heart thudded in my chest as I made my way to the door. Through the peephole I saw her, hair messy, makeup smudged, eyes wide with panic. I opened the door slowly. She stumbled inside, trembling. Liam, I'm sorry. Please. Just let me explain before you. I stepped back, watching her struggle for words. She was still in her outfit from last night. A tight black dress I hadn't seen before. Heels in her hand, mascara streaked down her cheeks. Emma, I said quietly. Where have you been? She swallowed hard. I told you at Jess's. Jess called earlier, I cut in. She said you left her place around 11. Her face went pale. Silence hung between us, thick and suffocating. Who were you with? She opened her mouth, closed it again, and looked away. The truth was there, in the shake of her hands, in the way her chest rose and fell too fast, in the tears that welled without falling. Please, Liam, she whispered. I didn't mean for this to happen. I swear I didn't. I took a step back, my pulse hammering. Didn't mean for what to happen. That's when she broke. Her knees gave out and she sank to the floor, sobbing into her hands. I just stood there, watching, feeling nothing and everything at once. Was it someone I know? Yes. My voice was calmer than I felt. Who come? She nodded barely. A chill ran down my spine. Who? She couldn't even say it. She just whispered, I'm so sorry, over and over, like a prayer that would undo what she'd done. And then, the name slipped out. Ryan. I blinked. Ryan, my best friend since high school. My best man. The guy who'd helped me fix my first car, the one who'd stood beside me at my wedding. I stared at her. Ryan. She nodded again, still crying. Something inside me cracked open. Cold, silent break. How long? Just tonight, she said quickly, almost tripping over her own words. It wasn't planned, Liam, I swear. We were drinking and I was angry at you for missing dinner last week, and he was just there. I don't even know why I... Stop, I said sharply. Just stop. Her words blurred together. Excuses, half-truths, fragments of a story I didn't want to hear. I walked to the window. Outside, the first hints of dawn were breaking, the world moving on as mine came apart. Behind me she was still talking, still crying. Please say something, Liam. Please. I turned around slowly. Did you sleep with him? She froze. Her silence was my answer. I laughed. It was a short, bitter sound that didn't feel like it belonged to me. You texted me at 4 a.m. to say you made a mistake. That's what that was. Confession before sunrise. Tears streamed down her face. I didn't want to hide it. I wanted you to hear it from me, not anyone else. Oh, well, congratulations, I said, my voice trembling. You beat him to it. For a moment, neither of us moved. The clock on the wall ticked too loud. Finally she whispered, I still love you, Liam. I shook my head. You don't get to say that. Not after tonight. She crawled toward me, clutching my arm. Please don't leave me. I'll do anything. We can fix this, I know we can. It was one mistake. One snap. One night, one betrayal, one lie. That's all it takes, Emma. I walked to the bedroom and grabbed my car keys. I needed air, distance, anything but this house that smelled like her perfume and guilt. "Where are you going?" she asked, voice breaking. "Anywhere but here. Please, Liam." I didn't answer. I just left. The cold morning air hit me like a slap. I sat in my car, hands gripping the steering wheel, staring at the empty passenger seat where she used to sit. Every memory flooded back. Her laugh, our first apartment, the way she used to fall asleep on my chest. All of it felt tainted now. I drove aimlessly for an hour before pulling into the parking lot of the diner Ryan and I used to go to every Friday after work. The irony stung. I sat there, staring at the neon sign flickering above the door. I wanted to call him, to scream, to ask why. But what could he say that would make it make sense? I texted him instead. "I know." No response. I imagined his phone lighting up beside Emma's a few hours ago, both of them tangled up in lies. I turned off my phone. When I finally came home, the sun was high and the house was silent. Emma was sitting on the couch, red-eyed and small, clutching a cup of cold coffee. "I thought you weren't coming back," she said quietly. "I almost didn't." She nodded, as if she already knew what came next. "I told him it was over," she said. "He tried calling but I blocked him." Don't," I interrupted. "Don't try to make it noble now. You chose him." Her lip trembled. "No, Liam. I chose wrong." I looked at her for a long time. This woman I'd built my world around. She looked the same, but everything about her felt foreign. Like she'd been replaced by a stranger wearing her face. "What do you want from me?" asked finally. "I want you to forgive me," she whispered. "I'll go to therapy. I'll do whatever it takes. Just don't give up on us." I let out a shaky breath. "You gave up on us the moment you let him touch you." She started to cry again, but I couldn't feel pity anymore. I was empty. I went to the bedroom, pulled out a duffel bag, and began packing. "Liam, please," she said, following me. "We can move past this." "I can't," I said simply. "Because every time I look at you, I'll see him. Every touch, every word. It'll all feel like a lie." I zipped the bag. The sound was final. As I walked toward the door, she reached for me one last time. "Don't leave me like this. Please." I turned to her. "You already left me. You just didn't realize it until tonight." Her face crumpled as I walked out. I stayed with my brother for a few days. Emma called, texted, left voicemails that started with tears and ended with silence. I didn't answer. Then Ryan reached out. "Ryan. Liam, please. Can we talk?" Me. Nothing to say. Ryan. "It wasn't supposed to happen. I was drunk. We both were." Me. "So was I when I stood next to you at my wedding." He didn't reply. A week later, Emma sent a long message. Pages of apologies, of memories, of promises to change. She said she couldn't eat, couldn't sleep, that she hated herself. And maybe she did. But that didn't fix anything. I typed one line and sent it back. "You should have thought about that before you texted me at 4 a.m. Then I blocked her. It's been 3 months now. The nights are quieter, lonelier, but clean. No lies hanging in the air. I've started running again, eating better, sleeping without waking up to the ghost of her beside me. Sometimes I still hear that knock on the door in my dreams. Her voice trembling on the other side, begging me to let her in. But I don't. I never do. Because I've learned something in the wreckage of it all. Sometimes forgiveness isn't love. It's freedom. And at 4:03 a.m. that night, when she sent that text, she didn't just confess what she'd done. She handed me the key to my escape. The sound of her screaming at my door was the sound of my old life dying. And for the first time in years, I'm finally alive.